Hello and welcome back to Alex Goes Sailing. We're in Castle Bay after the incident out in the Sound, but that's all sorted now and we're enjoying Castle Bay with, well, its castle in the bay and also the pub on the hill and just a cool little town really. But today the plan is to head round and towards Mingulay hopefully. We're all done in Castle Bay. We've visited the little castle over there. Ferry's just pulled in, bringing all the tourists on. Greg's gonna stay here the night because he likes the hot showers, and the pub that we went up to was just up there. But yeah, got the engine on. Leslie's pulling the anchor.
Yeah, I was quite happy for her to be set last night.
Hopefully she comes up clean. Now, after picking up anchor, we popped the head sail up only, no point throwing up the main, it was only a short little hop round into the next bay, and we just scooted along downwind and then up on the beam from the wind, then up into the bay, so quite a quick one really. Kept the outboard on just to give us a little bit of juice because it's quite a cloudy day and solar panels weren't going to do much for us. But it should be a lovely anchorage to drop anchor in and super protected too. Right, the sun has set, we've had our burgers and lovely little beach over there. Should be able to see the sunrise first thing in the morning. It's going to rise somewhere over there. And then we're going to leave at about 7ish in the morning, head out of here, straight down to Mingulay, finally get there and go for a bit of an explore, see the island, and then head all the way back to Tinker's Hole, just near Iona on the Isle of Mar, near the Isle of Mar. So that is the plan, and the wind is dropping, and we should have about 15 knots of wind-ish all of tomorrow. So possibly spinnaker weather, because if I'm sailing away from it, it's going to feel like 10 knots of wind. So that's the plan. Safely at anchor here, so that's good. So I will see you tomorrow. Right, it's the next morning in this anchorage between Castle Bay and the island of Mingulay, and today's the day that we're heading to Mingulay. But just before that, decided to hook up the electric outboard onto the back of the dinghy and head into shore to go for a little walk. Now, this little electric, it's called the Thrust Me Kicker, is great because it's quiet, so I didn't disturb anyone when I left the boat. Little remote control, light and easy to lift off the boat, charges great. Gets the boat moving pretty fast too, and it's easy when you're going up on the beach because you can just turn it off with a remote and you can be at the front of the boat catching the boat as it goes in. And I've actually had some problems with it seizing up where the motor actually seizes, but I got in touch with the people who make the thing and they've actually gone and fixed it because apparently it was one of the early batches there was a problem with it. They didn't tell me what the problem with it was, so I'll do some investigation on my new motor and I'll see what's what, but that is something to note because they do specify that you have to rinse it after use because it doesn't like salt water, which is fair enough, and I was rinsing it pretty thoroughly after every use. But hopefully they fixed it with their new revision that I think most of their products have anyway now, so it shouldn't be much of a problem for anyone, but only time will tell with my fixed unit. But anyway, time to walk around the island. It's the next morning and I decided to go for a walk to the opposite side of the bay. So this is the southwest facing kind of bay, and you can see it's got a lot more waves in it. That's pretty much what the waves are going to be today. I'm assuming it should drop down because it will be hiding behind the chain of the Outer Hebrides on that side, but nice and smooth around there. At the minute this wind is absolutely wonderful. I'd say about 15 knots, so that'd be really nice if it kept to that because we'll be running away from the wind all day. Lovely little sand dunes, a bunch of cows wandering about. Looks like people can camp in this little bit too, so absolutely lovely. It's basically rolling green hills with a few big mountains dotted about really. Mingulay is actually hidden behind that dune over there, so I'm going to walk back and get back to the boat so we can get a move on because it's about 7 in the morning and we kind of want to get a wriggle on so we're not too late getting into Tinker's Hole back on the Isle of Mull. Boat's good to go. Double checked everything. I changed that bilge pump as well, so I've checked that's working. It's brilliant. We're going to do some sort of destruction ceremony for the other bilge pump, but apart from that, we're good to go. So it's time to head off over to Mingulay. Now, the wind was quite light this morning, lighter than it was forecasted, so I still did a bit of motor sailing to get over there, but it's only a short little hop anyway. But the whole reason for coming to this island is, well, the owner that I bought it off, he had the boat for the longest time up in Scotland, and he named the boat Mingulay, all because of this island. That he really wanted to sell to, but never got the chance to before he passed away. So I thought I'd bring the boat to Mingulay as a good excuse to go sailing in the Outer Hebrides, and we're finally doing it. So whatever the reason, it makes a good excuse to come see this really cool part of the world. Right, we've made it to Mingulay. As you can see, beach, crap load of seals, tourist boat just rocked up, and getting in the tender. Got the kicker on there. We're going to rip over to the beach, try and drag the boat up the top of the beach, because then the seals hopefully won't want to go sit on it. So yeah, let's get a wriggle on. Right, we made it to the beach. A little bit wavy coming in. I sacrificed my shoes, so we didn't get blasted by the waves too much. Got a little bit of a wet arse, but it wasn't too bad, was it?
We did very well.
Yeah, didn't sink the boat coming in by those waves. We dragged it a little ways up the beach just because of the seals around the corner. There's one popping his head up over there, eyeing me up. We're gonna get back to Mingulay. Well, we're on Mingulay. Okay, now what? Okay, we're on Mingulay, but back at Mingulay, the seals might go over to Mingulay, but not this Mingulay. So we're gonna go to that Mingulay, possibly. That makes sense?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, oh, there's another one over there. Three of them over there.
I thought you were going to point to me and say there's another one there.
Well, not far off. Right, we made it to the top of this bit, not that bit or that bit. But it's a decent hike. Got a little sway, but the wind is calling me right off. There's the deep blue. Somewhere over there is America, Greenland, and all that malarkey. But yeah, we're gonna go back, have a swim on the beach, maybe walk through the little villagey bit down the bottom, in the ruins, and yeah, up here they got these like little pools where the water likes to collect some dry ones. But then there's little streams that flow down the other side.
And there was a seal carcass on the beach.
Seal carcass! Woo. Gonna go for a swim. Bit cold though. Oh! Oh, there's a jellyfish there.
Oh. Oh my god!
Jellyfish! Right, safety back on the boat. Setting the drone up, got some cool shots of this place. Absolutely lovely. There's a few tourists that's come on a few boats, like that one there. Lizzie kind of went for a mild head swim. Didn't go for a full swim, it's a little cold. I kind of went waist deep-ish briefly. Seal! Tie me up.
So crawling with jellyfish.
Yeah, there's jellyfish everywhere, which is, yeah, didn't finish jumping off into a jelly thing. Right, I'm gonna pull the anchor. We're gonna blow offshore anyway. I'll probably hoist the Genoa for a second. I'm gonna run around and set all the lines for the spinnaker. Double check the wind's still good out there, and then we'll use the spinnaker for it. That'd be lovely. And then we'll probably pull this dinghy, get the outboard off, a little thrush me kicker, and then organise the boat a little bit more while we're heading out, because we've got to get a wiggle on because it's midday and it's like a 50 nautical mile trip, and depending how fast we go, we could either be there by like 9 or 8, or it could be as late as 12 if we're really slow, but I doubt we'll be slow. So that's the plan. Now, after leaving off from the island of Mingulay, the plan was to throw up the spinnaker, but the winds were much lighter than they were forecast to be. They were meant to be 20 knots of wind, which would have been perfect for the spinnaker. Going downwind away from it, you probably would have had 15 knots apparent, which would have been lovely sail, but there was next to nothing, so we had to motor sail all the way back to the mainland, which was alright, but we managed to get into this really cool anchorage at the night, and we had a stag standing at the top of the hill when we entered this little anchorage. I think it's called Tinker's Hole, so it's a pretty cool one, very popular, so I recommend going there if you get the chance to. But that was a good end to the day, even though we had to motor a bit. So that's it for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.